Hello and welcome to ESL Revolution, everyone. I am your content creator and Professor Dr. B, not a real doctor. Welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic. That's right, everybody. We are back with Basaki, the Imperial Operative Agent, taking on her greatest threat ever so far, at least in the game. Trying to undermine the SIS while at the same time trying to... The SIS is the Strategic Information Service from the Republic side, the basically the mirror version of the agents, the Imperial Agent. Now finding out that she has been brainwashed, and she's now in our last chapter she got through, found the serum to actually neutralize the and kind of reprogram the programming to allow her to be free of any kind of suggestion and that sort of thing. So yes, we are there, and Arden Koth has asked Basaki to head to the planet Hoth in order to continue her work as a double agent. So here we go. It is going to take time for that serum to kind of go through her body and kind of reprogram herself to what needs to get done. But we have another mission for us here, and it says travel to Hoth. So that is what we're going to do. Oh, moving right along. There we go, right there. It says I need to see the holo terminal here.
Codename Legate to Base Command. Come in, Base Command.
Base Command receiving, Legate. Don't be surprised if I cut out. The whole Hoth system is murder on the comms. And not so good for people either.
I'll keep the signal clear. What's my mission?
Hoth's a frozen rock, not worth much on its own. But years back, it saw one of the war's biggest battles. Hundreds of ships got dragged into the atmosphere, made a sort of a starship graveyard for the best girls in the fleet. You're going to bring one home.
I hijacked a transport once. Never made off with a whole ship.
I heard rumors. Tell me the story someday. It's a war zone down there. Republic salvage operations, Imperial saboteurs, and the White Maw. Few thousand pirates who want the scrap for themselves. Plus, the Starbreeze is a Mu-type shuttle. Slip of a thing. Haven't been able to locate her in the wreckage. Our only lead is inside the Imperial Army.
That explains why you needed a defector.
We have reports that Lyak Davos, an Imperial admiral who fought in the Battle of Hoth, is assembling an expedition to the Starship Graveyard. He's after a long list of salvage, the Starbreeze included. Join Admiral Davos and get that shuttle to us instead.
Do you plan to explain what you need this shuttle for?
When it's all over, I promise. Codename Hunter will contact you from the field. He's en route to Hoth now. In the meantime, talk to Admiral Davos' search and recovery men at the Imperial base. With any luck, they'll show us the way.
Recovery mission. All right. Seems simple enough. We are heading then to the planet Hoth. Now, Hoth is an interesting location because, of course, if you have, or if you are aware of the Star Wars universe, Hoth was the starting planet for the Empire Strikes Back. Probably the greatest Star Wars movie in the entire franchise, in my opinion. Not just my opinion, many others believe that The Empire Strikes Back is just an incredible film. The story that, the story that kicks in, the Empire literally does strike back within the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie. Spoilers, of course, if you haven't seen it. Go watch it. I would highly recommend it. And then, of course, we have the you've got from there it takes our hero Luke Skywalker from Hoth to Dagobah, Dagobah meets, Luke Skywalker meets Yoda. Yoda trains Luke. Luke has a vision of his friends who are suffering, and he goes to Cloud City where he meets Darth Vader, and of course the famous "Luke, I am your father." No, that's not true. That's impossible. Right? Just such a great moment. Fantastic moment in movie history, just in terms of what that sequel does. There are very few sequels, in my opinion, that have that kind of
Satellite's dead.
Gravitas.
What do your people know about Grid Alpha 9?
Pirate territory, heavily fortified.
Can you get me numbers?
Perhaps, but our manpower is limited.
Manpower?
This blue guy,
Excuse
that's a
me.
chit.
Captain
Chit,
Leo
by the way.
Firth, search and recovery. Saw your docking authorization. You must be our visitor from intelligence.
Cypher 9. I'm on unattached wartime duty. Here to see Admiral Davos.
Sergeant, you're dismissed. The Chiss Ascendancy has been operating on Hoth for years. Useful, but let's not kid ourselves. So, what's your business with the Admiral?
That information is for the Admiral's ears only.
Then you're out of luck. He left base with his expedition 36 hours ago. Long-range comms are almost useless in this weather. You want to wait? He'll be back in a few weeks.
If this were an emergency, how would you reach him?
Look, there might still be a crew at the expedition launch site. It's where the Admiral's supply line to the Starship graveyard starts. But trying to reach the launch point now is suicide. Weather's bad, and there are Republic commandos in the area.
I don't plan to stay out longer than I have to. But Admiral Davos isn't leaving without me.
Understood, sir. I hope you find what you're after.
Alright. So, find the guy. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, it is probably one of the best sequels that, at least from my memory, is probably one of the best sequels. The other sequel that was actually really good. This is an aside, of course, but another sequel that was really good was the sequel to Alien. What is called Aliens, actually. That one is a pretty darn good sequel as well, in terms of what you come away with. So that's a pretty good one. But in terms of the Star Wars universe, there really isn't much to, yeah, you could probably make some complaints from here and there, but as far as a sequel goes, pretty incredible, and very few sequels in movies at that period of time. There were obviously some. I'm not saying that there isn't, but in terms of the creation of those, just move my mic down here a bit. There we go. In terms of the creation of those sequels and what they did generally, I mean, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back is just leaps and bounds ahead of them. I think in so many different ways. And the one thing I find fascinating about that story in particular is the idea that the good guys lose over and over again, in that they just cannot, for whatever reason, they just cannot catch a break. They get tromped on Hoth by the Imperial Snowwalkers, and Darth Vader actually is there as well. They just get their butts kicked in the first 20 minutes. The hero of the heroes and heroines of the story get betrayed. Princess Leia obviously has problems. Han Solo and Chewbacca are tortured. They're given up by Lando Calrissian. So it's just a really, it really is a phenomenal just way of dealing with the whole story, and of course, which then of course makes. Ooh, here we go. Let me just.
Packed and ready, Admiral. Unless you're worried about the captain's flare.
No. We cannot wait.
Intruder alert.
Officer, I am Admiral Davos, commander of this expedition. You were not invited.
Tell your men to stand down, or I can't be responsible for their fate.
As you wish. You must excuse our caution. Hoth is not a world that forgives mistakes, a lesson that scarred me long ago.
Weapons down, everyone.
We are in the midst of a delicate operation. These men are preparing to follow me to the starship graveyard.
The Minister of Intelligence says I am to assist your men and ensure the interests of the Empire.
I see. Months ago, I could have accommodated this. Now, I'm afraid we approach the crisis point, and I cannot afford additional risk. Commander, torture her and find out what she knows. Then kill her.
Oh, well, that's not so nice. But you guys are going down anyway.
Someone clean up this mess. And stay down.
Just heal up here. Holocom on.
You're still alive. Don't bother returning to base. Captain Firth is gone, and Admiral Davos bribed most of the others.
No, that's the Chiss guy. Yeah.
You were with Search and Recovery.
Correct. There is a location beyond the frozen lake. You'll find answers. Coordinates sent.
I'm on my way.
Alrighty. Well, we get kiboshed at the very beginning of our journey here, but we were able to manage through the little activities of Admiral Davos. Not a problem at all for one Vasaki Imperial Agent. So, where to now? Not too far away. Okay. Find our straight point here. There we go. Most of the time, if you can do it, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. It's the best way to follow the map. Doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you end up running into a huge cliff and go over it and die. But you know, it is what it is. Let's see, we're almost there. It must be up on top of this this ledge here. We'll have to go around. Not a problem. Oop, let's stay out of that one. Is it up there? I don't. Ooh, it looks like it's down there. Okay. Well, let's see. I bet I can drop down right here. There we go. And drop down right here. There we go. And drop down right here. There we go. That's alright. Didn't kill me. Stop before I jump over the side of the elevator. That could be bad. Efficient. Hello, Ensign Temple.
Sir, sorry for not contacting you sooner. No one thought Admiral Davos's men would actually start shooting. Ensign Reyna Temple, Chiss Expansionary Defense Force. Welcome to Zero Station.
Good to meet you, Ensign. Even under unusual circumstances.
You too, sir. I'm not complaining, but it's been a while since I saw a human face. This is a top-secret Chiss Ascendancy installation. Self-sufficient, running in parallel with the above-ground outposts. Paranoia at work.
But our paranoia paid off.
And this is our base commander, Aristocra Saganu.
Ensign Temple speaks highly of Imperial intelligence. She convinced me the Admiral Davos situation warranted bringing you in.
He ordered his men to torture me. I'd like to know why.
My agents have been watching Admiral Davos for months. We became suspicious when he brought in his own crew, officers loyal to him, and covered it with bribes. Lately, he brought heavy equipment and guns, built an army for his expedition to the Starship Graveyard. You threatened his control.
A career admiral doesn't commit treason out of the blue.
He must be after the Graveyard's salvage, prototype technology, military databanks. It could make him unimaginably wealthy. I won't proceed without Imperial sanction. Grant it, and we can stop Admiral Davos and his plans together.
I like you, Aristocra. You're young, smart, professional. We'll make a good team.
I hope you're right. I enjoy a challenging partnership. The White Moor pirates control the wastelands between here and the Starship Graveyard. The Admiral's been sending his people out there for weeks.
My scouting party caught them burying some sort of supply caches. We don't know what the Admiral's caches are for, but if you could get us reconnaissance scans, they might give us a lead on the man himself.
First we learn what he's up to. Then we close in.
These are the drop point locations. Contact me when you get the scans, and we'll find our man. Chiss honor.
She's interesting. Alright. Let's see if I can fast track my way out of here. Yes, I can. Forward bunker. Now. Oh.
Travel route is confirmed.
Perfect. Yeah, so just getting back to this this conversation about Hoth and Empire, The Empire Strikes Back. As I said, it is probably one of, I think it is the greatest of the Empire stories. Although I think Rogue One is probably a close second. The end of Rogue One, where Darth Vader just loses it at the end and starts basically angrily slashing, literally slashing and hacking his way into the ship, is just an amazing scene. We've never seen Darth Vader like that before. He's usually, even though he's angry, he's usually fairly contained. He doesn't go over the top. But this one, for some reason, wow, he just he just loses it. And the level of fear that is on the faces of the men, that are trapped in that little airlock, are just wow, just a wicked scene. But we got to think about. Think about the story arc itself, and I'm not one to really enjoy the first the prequel movies. The writing of the prequel is just not very good. I think that the storytelling is not been well done. However, I was listening to a little while ago, Dave something. He worked with George Lucas, and he talked about how George Lucas kind of envisioned the arc of these stories, and what Luke Skywalker's part in it was, what was the issue with Anakin Skywalker, who obviously eventually became Darth Vader. All of that stuff. It's a really, really interesting kind of way to understand the story in a totally different way. Unfortunately, it doesn't really excuse the bad writing of the prequels, but I think it really puts everything into a unique context. Anyway, let's listen here.
Sir, this is Enzon Temple. Looks like that cache is full of stolen Imperial equipment. Given how the pirates are guarding it, I'm guessing it's a gift from Admiral Davos to the White Moor.
Where does that leave us?
I advise continuing the recon. A little luck and we'll pin down which White Moor faction the Admiral's dealing with. If you can tag the caches for tracking, that wouldn't hurt either. Temple out.
Okay. Tag the boxes. Done and done. Tag and track. Ooh, do I want to But I'm bad. That means I could get the contents, though.
The Chiss will have to find another way to track the pirates.
Yeah, because remember, I'm doing this for the purposes of the Republic, not for the purposes of the Empire. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that I'd want to steal it, because I don't actually want to help them. Box. It's coming up here somewhere. Where's the box? Oh, it's over there. I see it. Perfect.
This is Hunter to Leggett. Hope you weren't getting lonely. I'm on planet, but signals don't carry here. Arden Hoth authorized me to take your reins. Have you found the Starbreeze yet?
I haven't seen you since Nar Shaddaa. How's the rest of the team?
You didn't answer my question. Now I'm gonna have to force you. Keyword onomatophobia. Command, deliver your mission report.
I'm attempting to locate Admiral Davos, who will lead us to the Starbreeze.
Good. Obedience comes easier when you don't have a choice. Contact me as soon as you find the shuttle. Hunter, out.
Smart, arrogant, cautious. Don't underestimate him.
Right, next one. Where's the next one? Oh, it's just over there. Okay, pretty close. Dave Filoni, that's the name. Dave Filoni, yes. So he gives a really interesting. He gives a very, very interesting understanding of the nature of the Star Wars stories in a way that I've actually never heard it talked about before, and it really makes me want to see what that movie looked like, because I think the prequels really didn't do enough of a job to delve into what Dave Filoni was talking about, because this is what George Lucas wanted, but for some reason it didn't come out particularly well, especially in the first movie. Let me story mark this here. Holocom.
Temple here. Like we thought, those caches are a gift from Admiral Davos to the Pirate Coalition. Specifically, he's paying off a group called the Marauders. Raiders and hijackers, influential with the other pirate gangs.
But what's the reason?
The Marauders have a camp nearby. Guard looks light at the moment. We're going to take a team in. Meet us there and we'll dig up some answers. Temple out.
Alrighty. Now, I think, in my opinion, the biggest thing that really caused the biggest backlash to that first movie was probably Jar Jar Binks and the way that they portrayed that character. And you know, the kind of comically cartoonish sort of thing that was going on with that character. It didn't come across particularly well. The second thing I think was not particularly well done was probably the speeder race. Now, I understand why the speeder race was there and that we needed to have kind of backstory to understand, you know, let's see if I can go over these here. Sometimes I can. Let's see if I go right there. Perfect. Down again. Nice. There we go. A little faster way of moving around there. Jumping down the cliff. Gotta be careful of those cliffs though, because if you hit them the wrong way, you bounce off and you bounce off and you die. So you gotta be careful. But I think the way that I understand how the nature of the backstory was needed to explain why Anakin was the way he was. I get that. It's cool. We need Anakin to have some kind of a test of his Jedi-like skills. We get that. That's fine. But there could have been a way of perhaps tightening up that movie a little bit, where some of that wasn't really necessary in the way that it had come about. So I think there are some there's some pretty decent. I think there are some pretty decent explanations for why that movie didn't work well. But you know, when you listen to Dave Filoni and hear him talk, and you think, Jesus, where did that movie go? Like, why is that not the one on screen? Because that sounds like a really, really good movie. And they just weren't particularly laid out well enough to capture that particular character arc. It was really, yeah. So I would highly, I'll put a link when I upload this. I'll put a link to that in my comments, so that you can take a listen to that. It's about 10 minutes long, but wow, it kind of resets the whole. Where am I going? I'm talking and I'm not figuring. Oh, there we go. I gotta go around. Okay. It really does kind of play it kind of plays the Star Wars arc in a totally different way. And like I said, you really think, man, if that was the movie that was there, it would have been, well, epic, to say the least. But yeah, it's too bad that it happened that way. But, you know, what are you going to do? It is what it is. I'm stealthing past all these guys here. Don't feel like...
Chewie atat up smasa kipuna.
Blast you! Stop! Look at me and stop.
Skier ein hultiet vinstregaga.
That's right. Keep looking here. I'll keep talking, and you keep looking. Sir, if you're going to do anything, do it now.
And stay down! Not even a challenge.
That was interesting. She used the Force?
Are you all right, Ensign?
I'm fine. Check on the others. Sir, I suppose you want an explanation.
What are you? Ensign? Jedi? Sith?
What I did back there, it was a force trick, sir. I'm just powerful enough to get into trouble. No lightning, no seeing the future, I never trained. If the Sith knew, they'd have me killed. That's why I left Imperial service for the Chiss Ascendancy.
For now, we have a job to do. We can deal with the rest another time.
Yes, sir.
Getting a call from Zero Station. They finished analyzing the pirate data.
Agent, Ensign Temple, your raid was successful. It seems Admiral Davos has been trying to arrange safe passage through pirate territory to the Starship Graveyard. The pirates have agreed to meet, today.
Is that spark in your eye for me? Or the operation?
Any new endeavor makes the blood run swift. The meet is in the primary Marauder base, heavily fortified. Attack head-on, and the attendees slip away. However, a cave system runs under the base. Moves softer than a shadow, and you could tap the cave wall.
You're sending her to the bone pits.
The caves are inhabited by animal life and resemble a slaughterhouse. But it's the perfect place from which to observe the meeting.
Sounds dangerous, but I'm willing to take a risk.
Once you're in place, you can use a laser drill and microcord camera to tap the wall.
My team will be in touch from Zero Station. Good luck to you.
We need to move out, but be careful in the monster's den.
No problem, Ensign. Let's do this. What are we up to here in Guild Invasion? 14, 24. Okay, we're doing well. Now, let's see. Left outpost. Here we go. So, yeah, this Dave Filoni interview was something that made the rounds. It was a Disney Plus interview that was at the end of season 1 of The Mandalorian, if I'm not mistaken, and it was kind of like
destinations.
this kind of like neat add-on that they did for
Follow route is confirmed.
post Mandalorian season 1, where they talked about a series of individuals talked about you know, the Star Wars in general, and Dave Filoni was one of them. Jon Favreau was there as well. He's basically the creator of the Mandalorian. He did a number of, obviously, stuff with Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and that sort of thing. It was was involved in the movies as Tony Stark, driver, bodyguard, butler, something like that. And so became a security guard, if I do remember correctly. So yeah, so he's involved in that conversation as well with a couple of others. So I would highly recommend it. I'm going to link that into the chat. We're at about 33 minutes. So actually, right about now, I'm going to put a link in there so you can catch it. 33 minutes and 46 seconds. I got to write that down or I'm going to forget it. Hang on. Let's do 33:45. Okay, there we go. So you should see that now up on the screen. As you can see, there's lots of these Wampas. Again, Wampas, right? It's the allusion back to Luke Skywalker being in the Wampa cave and needing to get out, and him panicking, chopping off the Wampa's arm, trying to use the Force to get his lightsaber. Doesn't really do a very good job at the beginning.
Agent, you're in position. Burn a hole through that wall and feed in the camera.
Nice.
Where is Admiral Davos? I did not invite servants. I act in the Admiral's name. I'll show you.
That's the Captain.
Getting audio only. Can you see anything?
That's Captain Firth, one of the Admiral's men. I don't know the pirate.
Begin playback.
Ashok the Unyielding, I am honored by your invitation. I am Admiral Davos, and I fought in the Battle of Hoth. Unlike my peers, I was left to the icy wastes. For 6 months I wandered the wreckage. As I lost my vitality, I found many items of great value. Weapons, artifacts, even a Republic shuttle full of secrets. I hid them in the starship graveyard, so that I might one day claim my prize.
Today's that day. Give us safe passage into the starship graveyard, and we'll all leave rich.
Say, I'm picking up some weird background noise.
I'll be with you in a moment.
Step away from the camera, sir. You've got visitors.
That's Columbus coming. Oh, I think we can take him.
No mercy! And stay down! Someone clean up this mess.
Easy peasy.
Situation under control. What happened with the meeting?
They cut a deal, sir. The pirates are going to escort Admiral Davos to his treasure, but they outlined their route. I think we know where they're heading.
Admiral Davos can't leave this planet with his horde. Understood.
Yes, sir. The aristocrat and I can meet you at the edge of the starship graveyard. There's an Imperial outpost there. Zaganu can fill you in. He likes you, by the way. And we can plan a final approach. Temple out.
Alrighty. Let's fast track through here. Alright, let's go to Thesh. Yeah, actually, that would be a really interesting. If I could use that video, maybe create a second video talking about that and just doing commentary with that video, might be an interesting thing. I don't know whether it would be taken down because it's you know, it's kind of like it might be a
displaying all authorized
copyrighted and
destinations.
stuff, so I might not be able to get it, but
Travel route is confirmed.
it might be flagged as a copyright infringement. I don't really want that mark on my channel. Although if I put it up and it was a copyright infringement, I'd probably just take it down. But the video is out there anyway. Side route. Up ahead, around the corner. Through. Ready? So this is we're going to meet Zaganu here. Somewhere down here. Oh, there's the green wall, the green door. There he is, somewhere here. Excellent.
We'd be buried alive by the third marker. Bring up the northern passage. Let me see.
She's here, sir.
I'm aware of that. Resume planning. Glad to see you, Agent. Thanks to your surveillance, we have a lock on Admiral Davos' destination. He and his men are being escorted to a crashed Republic super dreadnought in the heart of the starship graveyard. His horde is there.
Have some faith in me, Aristocrat. I won't disappoint you.
I promise you are not in question. The horde is sealed in the tertiary launch bay, protected by an army of White Moor pirates.
Sorry I'm late. Did I miss the bad news?
There's no other kind.
Lovely. Go on.
This isn't a one-squad operation. The Defense Force will join you for the assault.
I'll take any help you can give.
I suggest a two-pronged approach. You slip past the pirates on the Super Dreadnought and deactivate the blast doors.
That'll let my team in. We can rendezvous at the launch bay. We'll be your backup.
Together against 1,000 pirates and Imperial traitors. It'll be memorable.
Something to tell your grandchildren. Once it's declassified.
Dismissed, all of you. It's time to move.
Good luck, sir. I'll see you at the Dreadnought.
One last thing. I've made it clear that I admire your skill. But more than that, you embody the red flame. The discipline, cunning, and courage all Chiss aspire to. I never thought to see it in a woman from another world.
Isn't there anything else you want to say? Before I risk my life.
There's nothing more I want to say.
Oh, look at that. Little kissy kissy.
It's time. Admiral Davos is on the move, and my forces are waiting. If all goes well, perhaps we'll meet again.
Perhaps we will. We shall see. Alright, now let me see if I can just... Ooh, okay, I got a long way to go. So let's get out of here. This way. Seems like anyway. So it looks like we're coming to the end, perhaps, of this particular story, because if we have found where he is and we know what he's going after, then obviously my work for the Republic team is becoming more secure, so that's a good thing. And look at those ships. Wow, that looks like the that one there kind of looks like the Millennium Falcon, but it's buried in the snow. It's not, but it does. It certainly does look like it. I think that's the point, mind you. This one here. There's not much stuff on Hoth to pick up. As Han Solo told Luke Skywalker at the beginning of the movie, The Empire Strikes Back, there's not enough life to fill a transport. You know, I can see why this area would be valuable. Just the metallic scrap alone must be worth a fortune. Like if you were able to get out some of this stuff, you know? Oh, there's another Millennium Falcon over there. reusing the assets. So I want to go this way. Follow the marker. Excuse me. Yeah, now that I've been talking about Dave Filoni and all that storyline, makes me actually want to go back and watch it. Because in that, I won't spoil it for you, but he talks about the nature of Qui-Gon Jinn's relationship with Anakin Skywalker, and the reason why Anakin failed to basically, you know, do what he to kind of kind of go along with what was happening as he was becoming a Jedi, etc. There were certain things about the Council that that clearly may have been done in the best of intentions, but they ignored a great deal of the trauma that because I've got stealth, so I can do that. Let's see. Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's such a fascinating story, and it really does bring about a whole new level of awareness of the story. Of course, the fact that wasn't brought about properly and, you know, delved into more directly, I think, was a big downfall of those first Star Wars movies, the prequels in particular.
Not even a challenge. This is too easy.
So I guess this is the back door here. There we go. Oh, is it? No. Ooh, okay, I gotta take some guys out here. A secondary quest.
Someone clean up this mess. And stay down! This is too easy. Someone clean up this mess. Not even a challenge. And stay down!
Go. Okay. I guess I should have been taking out these guys for my conquest. With the story.
Not even a challenge.
Oh, there's the first one. That's good.
Someone clean up this mess. And stay down! This is too easy.
Back door? Oh yeah, okay. There's the back door there. Okay. So this is where we're going to bring in the other group here. It's Temple. Hello, hello.
3 following. Blasters and flame projectors.
All right, keep them at a distance. Sir, enemies in pursuit. More expected. Bit of a nightmare, but we'll hold them off.
What's the situation?
Admiral Davos and his horde should be down that corridor somewhere. Quite possibly with his escort.
11, 12 more. Marauders and Scourge.
Aristocra Saganu is holding our escape route outside. We'll keep the pirates off your back. Do what you came to do.
Do what you came to do, Ensign Temple says. Okay. We shall do it.
It's still here. Still waiting for us.
Admiral, intruder!
Target her, but do not fire.
The Cypher agent lives. I wondered what became of you.
I know about your hoard and your deal with the pirates. You betrayed the Empire.
You say that so easily. I waited years to return to Hoth and reclaim my retirement funds. My superiors were never to know.
We should take her now.
Silence. You complicated matters. Forced us to part ways with the Empire. But this can be mended. Tell me what you desire.
No talking. It's time to die.
Someone clean up this mess. And stay down! Not even a challenge. This is too easy.
Okay, so there's the ship there. So it must be this one right here. Looks like because the door's open.
Codename Legate to Hunter. I have located the Starbreeze.
You look like hell. Fiery as always. Get that shuttle running and rendezvous at these coordinates. Hunter, out.
Sir, pirates are down, but I'm the only one left. We need to get moving.
Come on, let's get this ship off the ground.
I'll do what I can. I don't think flying that thing will be easy.
Nice landing. Let's take a look. Solid body, not a scratch on her. And she came with my shuttle? What's her name?
Ensign Raina Temple, sir. Chiss Expansionary Defense Force.
Of course. Minder 17, Imperial Intelligence. Excellent work, both of you.
I couldn't have done any of this without her.
I praise. Maybe she deserves a promotion. I'll fly the shuttle to its final destination. You can take my ride home. Ensign, why don't you go run a systems check? I need a minute with the agent.
I'll chisel the ice off the pilot seat for you.
Arden Koth will be happy. But the girl, we agree she needs to die, right?
That's unnecessary. She knows better than to reveal classified intelligence.
Maybe I like to be careful. Look, you've worked with her. You've bonded with her. Fine. I'm not heartless. Maybe she'll even be useful. You want her to live? You take responsibility. Stash her on your ship. She doesn't talk to anyone. Doesn't learn about the SIS.
I guarantee she won't be a problem.
Just to be sure, though, I'm putting a command in your brain. Keyword, onomatophobia. If Raina Temple becomes a threat to our mission or leaves your supervision, you will kill her. You won't have a choice.
Sir, Minder 17 told me about the transfer. I'm a little surprised. If intelligence wants me out of the Chiss Defense Force, though, I won't argue. Nice as it would have been to pack an overnight bag.
You'll fit right in, Ensign. You shouldn't worry.
Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic opportunity. My father would love this. But if I can ask, why do you want me here?
You're versatile, capable, and young enough to learn. You could be a brilliant operative.
Really? Well, maybe it's time for a career change after all.
Yeah. She's good at what she does.
You took a nasty fall.
So we got the ship. Haven't heard anything about the oh, there's my ship done. So let's do this here. There we go. Hadn't had Watcher X come into my head this entire time, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe he'll pop in now. I don't know. We shall see.
This is Leggett to Base Command. Mission complete.
Base Command here. Hunter gave me his report. He spoke highly of you. Not a lot of people earn his praise.
It was my pleasure to work with him. He was nothing if not professional.
I'm glad you think so. You may have to work with him again. I'm grateful the Starbreeze is in one piece. She'll help us win this war. Now, Hoth and Terrace makes 2. Ready for the final stage?
I serve at your command.
Maybe you've heard of it. A death trap of a planet called Quesh. Our primary objective's there. I want you en route.
Just a second.
On my way, sir.
Get to these coordinates when you arrive and we'll be in touch. Base Command out.
What's this here?
Agent, I hope this recorded message finds you well. This is Aristocra Saganu of the Chiss Expansionary Defense Force. I never got the chance to see you off Hoth. Understandable, things were hectic. Nonetheless, you proved a worthy ally. You are a woman not soon forgotten. A token of our appreciation has been delivered to Imperial Intelligence. I hope they will pass it on to you. And lastly, give my regards to Ensign Temple. Doubtless she serves you as well as she served us.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, we are heading back to Quesh. If you remember, we were there before to pick up the serum, right? So now we're going back for another quest line. But that will have to wait for another time. This is just almost an hour long. So we finished Hoth and we are moving along. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for watching along. Do check out the link that I post for Dave Filoni's overview of the depth of the story of Anakin Skywalker. It's fantastic. Do take a look at it. Be well, everybody, and may the Force be with you. Take care. See you next time.